Hi, welcome to I Wish I Was British. So it has been since October, and I did make an episode in October. It was called my eighth life crisis because when you have a midlife crisis in your 40s, 50s, and then in your 20s you have a quarter life crisis, and then since I was a teenager I was like eighth life crisis would count, and it is a thing, and it's like I did like this like little bit about like hormones and like how the teen brain works and all that stuff. So I scratched it. Actually, I'm very happy I did. I was still up until like 2 weeks ago or so when I realized that it was still on my Spotify account but not my YouTube account. I thought I deleted them both, but I guess I didn't. So some people saw it. I don't think it was a good reflection of myself, to be so for real. And I mentioned to people I know in real life that I don't think I should have been talking about, because I don't know, it was hateful, and it was like, I don't know, it was dumb. So I deleted it, but it's okay. I told one of my friends I was gonna scrap it. Period. I was just gonna stop making things. I told my mom I'm just gonna stop doing it all. But here I am. I'm back. And I kept putting off posting because I was supposed to post over Christmas break, and here's school back has started now for me. And now I'm posting because I there's kind of a lot to cover, and then I just didn't really know how to talk about this all without sounding really stupid, but also like explaining like the length of how serious I think this is. Um this isn't going to be a downer episode though, trust. It'll be a good episode. So joining us in 2026, that's the year, yeah, is my little Tommy Innit guy that I made over the summer. And he's gonna be my mic until I think of a different one. I'm pretty sure the audio is better me holding it this far away, but I don't know. So it'll be okay. And it's still on, so that's what matters. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing my my Timothy Chalamet shirt because I just went and saw Marty Supreme. I'll talk about that later. Ooh, ooh, it's gonna be so hard to talk about. Gotta save that for Letterbox actually. So recap from the past couple months. But I think the reason I stopped posting is because I think it's we've changed. Yeah, I think we have. I think there's multiple people you can ask about that. And maybe you can see a difference. I don't know, but I think I've changed, and thank goodness for the better. But the past couple months, to give you a little bit of detail before I go like fully into like detail about this, but just like a little bit is I started missing school, and then I started dealing with like some emotions or feelings towards people. I didn't like go through depression or anything. Just like handling things and how I should handle things, and there was like a little bit of drama for a bit, but junior year, I think that's sort of expected. And then here comes finals, and like everybody's like not studying. We have our performance, and the performance for me personally wasn't even fun, and like I didn't enjoy it, and I just wanted school to be over. And then like over break I didn't really do anything. I went to a couple parties, I had a couple parties. It wasn't like anything like crazy, like it was like it what I realized in the past couple months is it felt like every social interaction I was having was very forced because I was like trying to like like keep these relationships and maintain like these like good things, but I didn't really want any of them, and it was like kind of hard for me to just like deal with people. Like it was getting to the point where I could not go to a hangout or event or even school, like certain classes or like lunch or whatever. It was just getting to the point where I couldn't like be around people that were my friends, mind you, and fully like enjoy hanging out, because maybe it was just the type of like group it was or what we were doing, or it was just like not fun because the way I categorize people are people that I'm fully comfortable with or people that actually make me laugh. So, if you're not one of those people, probably don't like you. Actually, yeah. So, well, here's the other problem is I would start almost like zoning out, like I was disorient. I was like disassociating every single time I was like with people. And I talked to a couple people about this before, but it was like genuinely to the point where whenever I'd hang out with people, like I like was not there. Like it was like what was the point, you know? Well, so I feel like this episode is going to be a full jump around a lot of things because I have a lot to talk about. The main thing I want to talk about uh is just how I don't know how to make this sound serious. Okay? I don't know how to make this sound serious, but it's a problem. Okay? It is a genuine I mean, it's not a problem, but it's to the point where it's unhealthy because I was like I did some research about this and this is not okay. Okay? I have an unruly obsession with men. Um, let me. Okay, so. End of October, beginning of November, I was getting back into editing, and I was getting back into drawing, and which was really healthy for me. And I was like, this is really good. Like, I enjoy doing this, and even though it's not something that, even though if it's not fully coming out how I'd like it to, which is my problem when I write and draw and all this stuff is like when I have an idea, it needs to come out exactly how I want it, or I'm not gonna be fulfilled. But I was still feeling fulfilled, which was really good for me because I'm getting to the point where like I'm okay with stuff I don't fully proud of and all that stuff. But no, so I started getting into it's gonna sound so stupid. Roderick Heffley edits, like big into them, and I made a couple, and then I started doing the like Roderick and Regina fan art and like all this stuff. I feel so stupid. And it was getting to the point where it was just like I was like fully immersing myself in it. Um, which is fine. It's just it was like all I could think about. And this may sound really dramatic, but no. I have proof. People will tell you that it was like getting to the point where I was going crazy. Like it was all I would talk about. Like genuinely, I'd be in college in my college class and like be turn to my friend and start talking about it. She'd look at me like I was crazy, but it was fine. It was fine. Same with my best friend. She would like look at me like I would text her like every day about I still do every day about people, and she's like, what is wrong with you? I think it's my charm, actually. I don't know why the men don't want me. Don't you want this? Okay, so then it went to I think it's then I think it then Stranger Things stuff started coming out, right? And I was like, to be honest, I wasn't really like looking forward to season 5 because it's been so long and I hadn't watched any of it since like 2022. So I was like, I genuinely don't care. Because I was already immersing myself in stuff with Joe Keery, so like, what was, nah. But then we started rewatch. Me, my mom, and my brother rewatched season 4, and so then I was like, Joseph Quinn, and it was getting you. People will tell you, I literally so the one morning it was like the one morning we had college, but we started that one episode, I think it's episode 1, and Eddie's like introduced, and it's like the one where he jumps on the table and does his little thing, and in that one scene where he has like the hair over his face and like he's talking to Chrissy and stuff, and I was like tweaking, like I was like shrieking and shaking, and like, and then I got to class and I was like trembling, and I texted my friend and I was like, it's like I'm in love. Actually, that's not how I told her. I think I just told her I thought I was going insane. Because then I like looked it up, and these were like actual like things that happen to people. Like when you start immersing yourself in like these ideas and fantasies and all this stuff, it's like how when you, oh, I should have done, I thought about doing research for this episode about this. When you, oh my word, imagine things like daydream, um, too much to an unhealthy extent, it is a problem. Like there is a medical condition for it, and so I hate to admit this, I use ChatGPT to like figure out for me, like make me a list of things that would like make me feel better and make me feel healthy and make me feel okay about doing this, because I was like, this is not okay. Like, I need to calm down, but I cannot stop. So like, how do I do that? So so much to the point where I felt like going to ChatGPT to tell me how to do that was a good idea, but didn't even use the meltdown cards it gave me. It gave me like an entire like I was gonna screenshot it and like read it, but it yeah it was like it was just like a step like to take a break, how I should be focusing, because it was getting to the point where everything I was like immersing myself in was uh it was just driving my focus away from everything. Get back to wait, let me write that down. Let me get back to that later, okay? So but like to get back to that morning, when I was like shaking and stuff, this this like kind of happened a couple other times. Uh just because it was like, this is so stupid. I'm about to be an adult next year. I literally would be in class thinking about it. Like, it was to the point where like I would have to take a break to get my mind off of it, or filter myself in little parts of the day where I would do fan art or like watch edits or interviews, because I got really into watching interviews, and I was like, I think he was messing with my sleep. It was really messing with my sleep, because then I like started getting like I would wake for a little for a couple weeks, like I wasn't being I couldn't like eat a lot because I think we were sick, and then I started waking up in the morning like every morning, and I couldn't sleep in, and then like it would be like then I couldn't go to bed, and uh then I was like hungry, and then like so on and off. I've had like sleep and hunger and sleep and hunger, sleep and hunger problems and whatever, just like on and off, just because like there's been like a lot of sickness going around in my school, and I think it really is stuck with my family on and off, especially in November. Well, so then uh I'm starting to get back into Joe Keery over the summer. I think my top artist was Joe Keery, or Joe, because so I started listening to him when I was 13. Not the gatekeeper or anything, but I've liked him for 4 years, and now he's popular. Let's take a second to discuss this actually really quick. Just because of End of the Beginning, which came out last year, and it was popular last year, but it wasn't on the radio popular. Now it's on the radio because of freaking Stranger Things season 5. Not even the crux, mind you. Sorry, just needed to gatekeep that because he's been my favorite artist for like 8 months, but he was on my Sweet 16 playlist, okay? And this was before I got back into listening to him, so I wrote a short story for my class about this guy that was in love with this girl. Or no, they were engaged, and she died, and his ghost haunted her or whatever, and like she like needed this like reassurance validation like reinsurance, and so she like goes to the spot where like they used to go, and it's literally I literally put in the paper Into the Beginning plays or something. um this was last year, by the way. Well, it was when I was in 10th grade, so I was 15. I feel not proud saying that, but at least I can say that I liked it before everybody else did, okay? I literally have on this side of my wall an Into the Beginning poster, and it's a Dejo. I have a lot of Dejo stuff now. But no, so I was getting back into him, and then we went on a trip to Florida. This was really nice. We didn't have to see people. It was just more immersed in like stuff I loved. Like we went to Universal, and then we went to Disney, and it was like just all this stuff that I love and got to like surround myself with. And then I got like I love How to Train Your Dragon this year, so that was like went to that, and then Mario, because my family like I have like a Mario shelf over here, and it's like Mario stuff, and then I have like I've played like about every Mario game there ever has been. Like one of my biggest flexes is I think I've played every Mario game at least once. Not finished. My brother and my dad usually finish them, but I played all of them. And so, well, that's been on the Wii and the Nintendo Switch. But so then I was like, this is good. This is good. I'm like away from people. I'm like getting to do what makes me happy. I'm like dressing cute. I'm with my family. Like, this is awesome for me. And every single night, me and my brother got to sleep in separate rooms. Every single night, I'd fall asleep listening to Joe. Probably how I got him to be my top artist this year, actually. Well over the amount of every other artist. Like, it was very nice. It was very nice. Because I would still text a few people that I wanted to text and whatever. So then I come back, and I'm like, school's starting back up. I mean, like, we had 1 week of school and then Thanksgiving break. And Thanksgiving break was nice, but I didn't do very much. Me and my friend started The Bear, and then, like, so we're binging. We started binging that, and then, like, that next week, me and my mom went to a concert, and I love concerts. Like, love concerts. This was my year of concerts. I went to quite a few. And then, we had 2 weeks of school, a performance, finals, and then Christmas break. So I got through it all. In between that time, I started getting into movies. Okay. Over the summer, I really wanted to get this pass to this place that we have by us that is a movie theater where you can eat at. And you have to be 18 plus, so I couldn't get the pass. And also, it was like halfway through the summer when I found out about it, but I wanted to see like all the movies of the summer. I want to see Materialist. I want to see Fantastic Four. I wanted to see Jurassic World Rebirth. I wanted to see um Eddington. I wanted to see um One Battle After Another. I want like there was a bunch of movies like this summer was a great movie summer, and so I really wanted to go, but I didn't. I did see Jurassic World Rebirth there over the summer at the end of the summer, and then I didn't go to any movies. So the November rolls around, and Tommy in it really likes Bruce Springsteen. So I started listening to him, and I was like, I don't love it. I don't love it. So I made my friend go with me to see it in theaters, and it got shut down. So then we went to see it that next week. I don't think I had ever cried more in a movie up until last week when I saw Hamnet. But I've never we never went to a lot of movies. So like one summer my cousin was here and we went to like 3 movies. I saw Barbie in theaters. I saw the How to Train Your Dragon movie in theaters. I've seen all the Avatars and like Kong and Godzilla movies in theaters. Um both the Spider-Mans, Into the Spider-Verse movies, the Spider-Verse ones. Like I've seen a lot of movies in theaters, especially when I was little. I do remember seeing like a lot of like cartoons and stuff. But and I saw Wicked in theaters. But like I hadn't seen like a movie with friends like in theaters since Wicked, and before Wicked I don't think I had gone and seen any movies by myself. So me and or with other people other than like family. And so me and my friend like go, and really good movie. Probably until today I would say is my movie of 2025. Critics don't give it enough like credit because it was a really well done movie. Good cinematography, great casting, great music. Jeremy Allen White, love him to death. I have him on my calendar. I have 2 of the Bear posters. I love him. I love him. I love him. But the movie itself wasn't, I think, super enjoyable for a lot of people. It's in my top 10 actually, so but I don't have great taste in movies. Let me get this clear before we move on. I do not have great taste in movies, and this is what part of my problem was becoming. I will get to this later. Well, I'm sidetracking. Okay, let me just scratch all this. We will get back to this. We will get back to this. Uh, well, so in November, I'm like, okay, I want to start watching all these movies. So I start adding all these things to my list, and then like at this time, like a lot of movies were coming out, but then Stranger Things season 5 just came out, and then like as of right now, like another show me and my brother watched together just came out, and then at the end of this month, another show that me and my mom and my brother watched together just came out, and then I want to watch Fargo season 5, and then I'm like watching Fallout, and then I want to watch Welcome to Dreary, and so I have this like long list of movies, and then I never finished this one K drama, and so like or TV shows, and so I never finished this one K drama, and so like there's still a lot to do, and so I'm like, okay, I can't really watch all these movies, so I make this list of classic and iconic movies that I have to see, and I'm like, we're gonna do this, like we're gonna do this before 2026. Let me tell you how many we got through before 2026. I think two. Actually, that was just before my 2026 list. That wasn't even my classics. Hit 2026. I've watched like four of the movies that I've wanted to watch. I mean, like slowly, very slowly, we're getting through this list. But like December was a very movie-filled month because I saw Wicked 2, Zootopia 2, Avatar 2 or 3. Sorry. Um. mm, 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 mm. I saw another movie. Oh my word. I saw another movie in December, and so I saw four movies in theaters in December. I'm pretty sure, and then I've seen two in the past week. I saw Hamnet on Tuesday, and then today I saw Marty Supreme. I also saw Five Nights at Freddy's 2 as well as Anaconda last week. So and so you're I'm starting to go crazy because I'm like I have all these movies I want to watch, all these ones like priority, like I want to watch them because of the actors, I want to watch them because of like the music, or I want to watch it because of the story, or it's just because it's like a movie you have to watch, like Fight Club, like is it's kind of a movie like everybody's watched. 21 Jump Street, I just want to watch it because it looks funny. I'm sorry, and it's kind of like one of those like movies that like everybody's heard of. um like there's all these movies. I'm like naming like just ones that are coming to my head. I promise you I have like a list of like 40 classics, like actual classics, like but so they're like all these movies that I have to get through, and so I start getting immersed in movies. Well, so then break hits, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch all these movies. I'm gonna finish The Bear, and so me and my friend we finished 2 seasons of The Bear and started the third. Finished Stranger Things. Halfway through Fallout, watched want to say, well, because during December, you have to watch a lot of like Christmas movies, at least in my household. That's how we do it. And so, I didn't get to get to a lot of like movies that like I wanted to, but I still got introduced to new movies and stuff, so that's fine. But so I'm like big into movies. Well, all during this time, I'm still like at this point, I'm like still very much surrounding myself with men. So I have this art account on Instagram, and I used to have like quite a few hundred followers when I was 13 because I was in this webtoon community, so we'd all support each other. Now I'm completely on my own because I deleted that account like stupidly because I can't even find some of the art anymore. But like whatever. And so I'm like posting all this fan art. I'm kind of like coming out with something like every month or every week, and then I'm like have like an entire like Pinterest board and Instagram board like folder for like every like for four actors that like I'm super into, and I'm like Joseph Quinn. I start watching some Joseph Quinn's like crappy movies. I'm like watching Joe Keery's like crappy movies. I'm starting to trying to watch Jeremy Allen stuff, but Jeremy Allen White stuff, but I actually can't because it's hard. I'm like, oh my word, these guys are really talented. I really like them, but I actually can't stand like the stuff they're in. So I'm going crazy because I'm like at this point I've listened to Joe like an insane amount. So then I go to two concerts, or no, just one concert, because I had one in November and I had one in December. And to prep for that concert, I was just binging Joe's old band Post Animals, which is the concert that we went to. Amazing concert, super fun. And I'm just like immersed in Joe, and it's getting to the point where I'm like actually going crazy. I stopped journaling, I stopped reading. I was like getting really trouble sleeping, and I was like I couldn't draw, I couldn't finish things, and I was like it was like very unproductive. Like I planned to redo my entire room, Didn't do that until last week. Yep. Didn't do it until last week. I spent 4 weeks making a custom calendar where each month is a different guy, but it's only 5 guys. So each month is like, so January is Joseph Quinn. Valentine's Day is just Valentine's Day stuff. March, Timothy Chalamet. April, Joe Keery. May, Tommy Innit. Then it's like mix, Jeremy mix. Or wait, Joe mix, Jeremy mix. And I'm like, the amount of hours he spent on that is insane. Like, you don't understand, because finding suitable pictures for all this was insane, because it's like scrapbook style. So it's like 4 or 5 pictures of them each month. Like, it's, I was going crazy. And you can ask people, like, it was like, I'm going crazy because I'm like so into this. I'm like so like surrounded by this, and it's like all I can think about. And I'm like still like, I don't want to hang out with people. I like don't want to do this, and I'm just like, so flash forward to this moment, I guess. Talk about everything. I was lacking passion. I was looking for passion in something that like was like very like not there. And instead of trying to do something I loved, I just wanted to watch other people do it. And this thing with guys is one of my friends was like, is this because you're missing something in real life? And it happened right after, sort of like, I had this little bit of like a moment where I was like, oh, I'm not gonna end up with this person, so what is like, I gotta find comfort in it somehow. And so then I'm like going crazy, like thinking about like people that in my mind, actually I don't think any of them are perfect except for maybe Joe Keery, but that's just because he's kind of a freak and I kind of like it. What I think is perfect for me, I'm never gonna get. So I'm going crazy because over the summer I texted my friend this one night, and like I've been like fully like just into Tom, just into Tom, just into Tom. Everything I was consuming was Tom. I was listening to his podcast every single night. I was making fan art, I was watching his videos. It was like all I was doing. It was all I was thinking about. It was all I was talking about. Like, I was going crazy. So I texted my friend, and I was at my cousin's house, and was I was with my cousin, and I was like supposed to be sleeping, and I'm texting my friend, and I'm like crying because I'm like, I'm never gonna meet him. I'm never gonna meet him. I'm going crazy. I'm never gonna meet him. And then I'm like, this was pointless. Like this is stupid. Like, what if I never find somebody that was like would like actually treat me like this? And then like, because the perception of like what you usually get treated like is very different from what I think. Uh, the perception of what you want to be treated like is very different from what you actually get treated like or deserve or whatever. And so it's like, I can't, like, it was going back through this thing where I was like, I mean, I haven't cried in 2 months until I saw Dead Poet Society for the second time. Um, but it was insane, like, because all I was doing was I was thinking about the fact that I am obsessing over something, over people that have no idea who I am, and I look crazy. I'm one of those crazy fangirls. And so I'm like, I can't tell people about this because I feel insane. And I talked to like my 6 main like closer girlfriends about it like deeper, and I was, and they were all like, yeah, you need help, but I don't think it's that crazy because most of us are single, okay? So we don't have good options. But we were like, actually, we don't really want anybody. We're better this way, we're happier this way, and we don't need something that like, we don't want to force anything anyway, so we'd only want it if it was really good. And let's be so for real, every single guy we know, we do not want to make it work with, because it's yeah. And so, but you're like, when you surround yourself by all this stuff, you're like, I just really wish I could have something that's what's in my mind, or in this movie, or in this book, or whatever, what's in this fanfic. I know, I'm a fanfic reader. I'm a big fanfic reader, but it's it's sort of driving you to the point of insanity. But here's what came out of this. I realized that I need to find a passion in something. So, I used to want to write music and stuff. And then, I'd like to be a creator or whatever. But what I was sort of realizing over this entire year is like it was a big movie year. 2025 was a big movie year. We had some big movies. We we as a society were super suddenly into movies. Like it was really weird. Like there was this big popularity spike. I'm chronically online, so I actually can say this. I can say this. You don't understand. Like I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, okay? Letterbox had a spike. Wes Anderson had a spike. The popularity of color grading and cinematography this year was insane. I started getting all these things on Instagram about these people that made films like as teenagers or college kids and it was going up, or like fan films or short film, like everything was going up. And so society was like big into movies. And I'm like, for my entire life, I loved writing stories, but it can never fully be written how I see it in my mind. And so when I was 13, I would write these big stories, these long like stories and fanfics and stuff. And I'd always be like, I wish I could like draw this, but it's not coming out how I want. So what if I made a movie? Because I would love to be a director. I've always wanted to like do something like that. But it's not really realistic. However, giving me false courage, everybody, giving me false courage by forcing all these videos on my For You page about making films. And so last winter, I really wanted to make some short films, but like over music. They're not like music videos, but they're like, I don't know. You just put a little story or whatever, like over the music, like over a little story or videos or whatever. It sort of tells the story, but it's kind of just like fun to watch, nice to watch. And so that's what I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I need to. My friend was like, you need to find something. You need to find something that you can focus on, that like you fully focus on. I made it 3 days without Instagram, and then I deleted, and then I re-downloaded it because, well, I deleted it because I was going crazy because I was like, I cannot stand what people are saying like about things. Like the Joe Keery fans were making me really mad for no reason, and then like I was just getting upset. Like I couldn't see people talking about things, and like I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm too involved. Like I can't do this, and then like it makes me feel like I'm too like vulnerable to people, and so I was like, I can't do this. So not to be one of those people that announces it, but I do think I need to take a break, and I think I'm gonna take a break from just like my phone, period. And I'm just gonna watch movies, and I'm gonna write my reviews, and that's it. Because I need to focus. I need to lock in. So I started writing again, and it's kind of hard because I haven't done it for a while, and like it's like very hard for me to just like fully think like of like a full like description or sentence or dialogue. Like I can't fully figure out a real story anymore. And so I'm like, I need to do that before I actually try to do this stupid short film thing. Well, so did I write anything down about that? Um, so I'm like, I love editing. I love music. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So I'm gonna take this time to fully focus, trying to make a short film on my phone, solo. I'm kidding. I have people to help me. I really only have one person that I want to help me, but because for me, I've always wanted to be an actor, but not a film actor, okay? Or not a play actor, a film actor, because when you're in film, it's kind of stupid. I feel like you don't take it as seriously, but when you're filming, everybody knows what you're supposed to do, and like you're like fully like prepared to like do this thing. Like everybody expects like a very specific thing in theater. I don't think you're expecting a very specific thing, especially in high school. But like I was watching all these behind the scenes for like these like films like kids, people my age were like making, and I was like, yeah, there's passion behind this. I really want to put my effort into this. So I'm like, okay, I need to fully immerse myself in this because this is the only way this is gonna work. I had something else to say about that, but now that I think about it, I'm not really sure what else I was gonna say. My mind completely blanked. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Here's my problem. I have a problem with Letterbox actually. So I started rating albums, and I've always wanted to just like we should be able to rate shows or whatever. Giving me the ability to write reviews on movies was a bad idea because most people are just writing silly stuff or really deep stuff. It's one or the other. I want to do both, and here's my problem. I rate movies really easily. Remember when earlier I said I was going to talk about this later. One of my comfort movies is Spree. I don't think it's a good movie. I just enjoy it. La La Land. I think it's a good movie. I'm pretty sure it's a good movie, and I enjoy it. Marty Supreme. Amazing movie, and I enjoyed it. There is a difference between a good movie and a bad movie. And I like a lot of bad movies. Springsteen was a little bit in there. Like it's really easy for me to give 5 stars because I give it 5 stars if I've always enjoyed it. I give it 5 stars if I've watched it again. I'd give it 5 stars if I liked the cast or the music or something, you know? But then people were like, Maddie, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that. And I'm like, why? Ben of the Week does it. Why? So then I started like editing some of them, but I'm like, this is hard. And so one of my friends, what he does is he does like a score out of like 100, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should start doing that because I'm like, that seems good, but I'm like, I don't want to copy people. But then I found other people that do that, but they do it like out of 75 or they do it out of 50, and I'm like, I can't. It's not that deep. Nobody cares what I'm saying anyway. So why is it so deep for my mind to like need to say it in a certain specific way? Because like if nobody else cares, why do I need to care so much about how I'm writing it? You know? Well, so I don't think I'm gonna change that actually, but I don't think people are reading it anyway. I don't know. That was just a problem I've been having lately, is because I'm like, it's getting to the point where I don't know like how to rate it, because like maybe I should like it, like Perks of Being a Wallflower. I did not like that movie. Maybe it needs a rewatch. I don't know, but everybody loves that movie. Why? I don't know. Whatever. But I didn't give it like an awesome review, but I'm like, the movie itself, I feel like everybody likes it, so shouldn't I like it? I watched Begonia with my mom. Really well done movie. Really good movie. Not my type of movie, no. No, not really. But I gave it a good review. Actually, I'd say the movie itself is a 5 stars, but I'm not putting that. I think I put a 3.5. Oh my word, I put it at the same level as Deaths of 2020. That's because Joe, Keery, and Hugh Grant, actually. Thank you. Made me feel political and smart. No, so I'm like, I saw Hamnet last week. Amazing movie, amazing casting, amazing acting, amazing score, amazing cinematography, amazing, 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 amazing. My type of movie? No. It's like how everybody likes Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and I like hate all of it. Actually, I've never fully seen a Star Wars movie. I saw the Lord of the Rings movies. It's like how Wheel of Time got popular for a second, or not Wheel of Time. Yeah, Wheel of Time. Wheel of Time. It's like fantasy. It's like Harry Potter. Enjoyable crap. Would give 5 stars. Good movies? No. No, not really. Um yeah, so like my top like in my top 5 forever, I think I had Piece by Piece, the Pharrell Williams movies. It makes me feel so inspired. Is it a good movie? It's a Lego movie with really good music, because it's just R&B and rap from the 90s. So yeah, it's a good movie. Are other people thinking it's a good movie? No, I just really like it. It made me feel inspired. I felt happy watching it. I don't know. I don't know. This episode really like all over the place, really just like wanted to talk about like stuff, but passion. Passion's good, passion's good. Passion's good. You need passion. We all need passion. Talking about passion, let me talk about Marty Supreme for a little bit. Um I was supposed to see it like with like two other people, and one of them wasn't allowed to, and then I just didn't see it with the other person. But now I'm just thinking about the chick that loves Timothy Chalamet. I don't know if it's her kind of movie, so maybe it's okay she wasn't allowed to see it, because not a ping pong movie. Absolute masterpiece of a movie in every way, because it's violent, it's funny, it's clever, it's really like well done. I loved the dialogue. Is the relationship stuff with what's her name, Gwyneth Paltrow, kind of weird? Yeah. Was I uncomfortable? Yeah. But nonetheless, Timothy, I'm more proud of you for being able to do that kind of crap with her and still have so many people's respect. So, like, good on him, I guess. Great movie though. Great great film, great music, great score. Cinematography was really good. Every bit of it was good. I have never cried happy tears during a movie, I don't think. I know. It was a magical experience, and I saw it with my mom, so, you know, anyway, I want to go see more movies. I want to be a movie person. Makes me feel smart. Yeah. Anyway, I will get back to posting. I will get back to filming. And I will get out of the habit of saying and like, I promise. And I will do this during the day. I just came from the movie and I didn't realize that it was going to be dark out. So it's not great lighting or anything for visual watchers, but go see movies, go be passionate. That's my point. Go see movies and don't gatekeep and don't be like me. So yeah, next episode will be in about 2 weeks. Signing off.